There's a quiet revolution happening in DeFi right now. It's this fundamental shift that could finally solve some of its most frustrating, deep-seated problems. It's called intent-based architecture, and honestly, it's about to change everything. So let's break down what that actually means. And it all starts with this one simple question. What if, instead of having to manually navigate this crazy maze of protocols and chains and bridges, you could just state your destination? Just say what you want and have the best possible path found for you, like instantly. That's the whole idea behind intents.
So the crucial point is this pivot from the imperative to the declarative. We're moving away from a world where you have to provide this super detailed step-by-step recipe to a world where you just describe the finished meal you want. This might seem like a small change in thinking, but believe me, it is the key to unlocking DeFi's next phase of growth and efficiency. But before we can really appreciate the solution, we have to get crystal clear on the problem. To understand why intents are so powerful, we really need to look at the hidden flaws that are baked into the DeFi system we use today. Right now, pretty much everything you do in DeFi is imperative. What that really means is that the entire burden of finding the best route, the best price, the lowest fees, all of it falls squarely on your shoulders. And let's be honest, that complexity almost always means we're leaving money on the table. And this just shows you how painful it can be. Just look at this typical cross-chain swap. You've got to approve tokens, find the right DEX, swap, then find a bridge, move the assets over, maybe swap again. Every single step is a potential point of failure, a place to pay fees, and a security risk. It's clunky, it's inefficient, and frankly, it's a total nightmare. And all of this inefficiency, it creates an opening for something called MEV, or maximal extractable value. Now, you should really think of MEV as the villain of our story. It's the value that these sophisticated bots can basically siphon away from your transactions just by seeing them in advance and reordering them for their own profit. It's the hidden tax you pay for the system's complexity. Okay, so how do we fix this? This is where intent-based architecture comes in. And it doesn't just put a band-aid on the old system, it completely flips the entire model on its head. This is what an intent looks like in practice. It's simple, it's clear, and it's all about the outcome. You declare what you want, not how to get it. You set the destination and the rules, like a time limit, but you don't have to worry about drawing the map yourself. So who finds the path? Meet the solvers. These are specialized, decentralized actors. Think of them like hyper-efficient travel agents for your money. And here's the best part. They compete against each other in this open marketplace to find the absolute best, most efficient way to make your intent happen. And just look at the difference. The process becomes ridiculously simple for you. Step 1, you state your intent. Step 2, solvers compete to find the best path. Step 3, you just sign off on the winning solution. That's it. All that mess from before is just handled for you by a competitive market that's working for you. Now, this simplification isn't just about a better user experience, not by a long shot. It actually unlocks some profound economic benefits across the entire ecosystem. So let's get to the so what, why this really matters for the future of finance. Okay, what's really fascinating here is how the system reframes our villain, MEV. The competition between all these solvers transforms bad MEV, which is value stolen from you, into good MEV. So how does that work? Well, the solvers find all that extractable value, but because they're competing so fiercely, they're forced to give most of it back to you in the form of better prices. The market's inefficiency actually becomes your advantage. And the benefits here are just huge. Capital efficiency skyrockets because your assets aren't getting stuck in these complex multi-step nightmares. Cross-chain stuff becomes totally seamless. An incredibly complex action like, say, refinancing a loan on Polygon using collateral you have on Ethereum becomes a single unified intent. And for developers, it's a total game changer, letting them focus on creating cool new financial products instead of just wrestling with execution logic. And here's something you should know. Whenever you have a fundamental architectural shift like this, you get a brand new investment opportunity. The infrastructure that's being built right now to support this whole new world of intents is becoming a major sector in its own right. This new ecosystem has all these different layers. You've got the solver networks themselves, you have proving mechanisms that make sure everyone's playing fair, and the core intent protocols that manage the whole thing. Investing in this infrastructure today is kind of like investing in the foundational routing layers of the early internet. It's that big. So let's bring this all together. It's pretty clear that this isn't just some small incremental improvement. No,
Intent-based architecture is a foundational upgrade for the entire future of decentralized finance. And this quote really puts it all into perspective. The source actually compares this shift to the invention of automated market makers, the tech behind huge platforms like Uniswap. That's how significant this is. We're literally witnessing a fundamental rewiring of how value moves on-chain. And ultimately, this upgrade is what makes DeFi truly ready for prime time. The kind of security, the efficiency, the seamless cross-chain functions that intents enable, that's exactly what's needed to attract and handle the complexity and sheer volume of institutional capital. Which leaves us with one final big question. Is this DeFi's TCP/IP moment? Is this the fundamental protocol layer that will finally hide all the complexity and unlock the next massive wave of innovation? Only time will tell, of course, but man, all the signs are pointing in that direction. Thanks for tuning into this explainer.